So in this example, I'm going to cover some sample code from our book. And I want to show you how you can add some striping to the table. The book just has some really great overview of the JavaScript. I think that the code that comes with the book is, frankly, even better than the book itself, because the book explains it pretty quickly. But if you just actually go through and look through all of this, it'll make a lot more sense, I think. So this code, I'm going to upload some of it online, but you can also find it if you just type, the JQuery source code, and then you type the name of the book. And if you type that into Google, then it'll be one of the top few hits that you get, and you can easily find where to download that. And I can actually post that, of course, onto our site as well. So in this example, this is going to be from the chapter 2, and it's called the zebra striping. So let me go ahead and open this up in Chrome, and we'll check it out. See the magic here. And I'll pull this page up. There we are. So it's actually just a very simple jQuery, just to do a little striping on this table and some formatting to add that light gray. And that's all it's doing. There's nothing really terribly interactive about this. You can have that be interactive, as you see later on in the other tutorials or the other sample code from that book. So what's going on here is on the index.html page, I just loaded this up within the zebra striping folder. This is the folder 6 within your sample code. And we have multiple table rows, and each table row, of course, has multiple TD tags. And so we can see how I'm got Johnny Stardust highlighted. Now I'm going to click on this one. We got Bo Dandy highlighted in that whole row. So I look at the source up here for the script, and it's referencing just script.js. So in order to see how it's calling the jQuery, I got to go and look at that. Oh my gosh, there's not hardly anything at all. Well, the important part here is how it is actually traversing the table. And I want to go back and look at celebs. So let me go back here and just check that out within the code. And actually, I want to go back there to the source code. And it's going to be under ID celebs right here. Thank you. Right in the table, right in front of me. And notice that we are doing an ID now rather than a class. So then I come back to my script. And so after the page is loaded, you recognize this one now, don't you? It goes in and it goes into the celebs, the table, and it's going to kind of drill down just like we did in our document object models from week 1 and week 2. When we're looking at how to do parent and then the child of the parent, right? So we have to drill down. We go into the table, in this case the ID of celebs, and then the body, and then the TR, and then notice right here, and this explains it in the chapter of the book pretty well too, you can either do odd or even stripes. You could do both, but this is cool. So you can do even stripes. So the even stripes will have a background color of that light gray. Now you could actually also call a CSS as well. You could have right here the name of maybe the ID or the class that you might replace it with, but this works too. And there you go. That's the magic. Not much code behind making those stripes on the table, and that's why this can be so powerful. I'm going to pull this over here and just show you how many chapters there are. Or how many different examples there are within chapter 2. There's a lot, and so you definitely want to get your hands on that if you haven't already looked at it in chapter 3, and that'll help, quite frankly, even more than the book, because a lot of the stuff you can just look at the source code and it makes sense by reading that source.